Well, as New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand attempts to serve another term in the upper chamber, she's getting a tough challenge from GOP challenger Chele Farley. One America's Christopher Carter sat down with Farley and has more from New York.
I'm here with Chele Farley. She's running for Senate in the state of New York. Thanks for joining One American News again.
Chris, it's great to be here.
So we've had some movement. There was a recent debate between your opponent, Kirsten Gillibrand, and the debate focused on a variety of issues that pertain to most Americans: immigration, security, healthcare. Tell me now, this debate that you just had with her, it was a short debate. It was about a half an hour. You had to beg for it to get it. You go in there, you start talking about healthcare. Tell me, how does she plan on paying for the $32 trillion healthcare plan she wants?
Absolutely. It's crazy. She said that the way you can pay for it is that everyone gets rid of their employer-sponsored health care. This is half of all Americans are on employer-sponsored health care. I like my health care plan, but under her plan for socialized medicine, you would lose that plan. And the other thing I brought up in the debate is, as an example, the UK has socialized medicine. How does that work? It takes a year to see a specialist. It takes a year to have an operation. Does anybody want that? And she's talking about all these cost savings. When has the government ever been able to do anything and saved money?
Yeah, we all know the federal government's mantra: why have one when you can have two for twice the price?
Yes, but the biggest issue is that $32 trillion, $3.2 trillion a year would mean that we have to double the federal budget, which means your taxes and my taxes go up double.
And in a state like New York, that's just horrific to even think about it. We already pay the highest taxes in the country, pretty much, other than maybe California, we're always vying for the championship. Who's the most taxed, New York or California? Now, moving on, speaking of California, immigration. We've got a caravan coming up from, Central America, southern Mexico. You've had some interesting words about this. Tell me, when this came up in the debate, what did she say?
What I said is, you call it a caravan, I call it an invasion. It is 14,000 people, and we don't know who they are. If I were a terrorist, the first thing I would want to do is basically join the caravan. We've got members of MS-13. MS-13 is hacking to death our teenagers on Long Island. And of course, who wants to get rid of the one organization that is to protect us against terror? Kirsten Gillibrand, the very first senator to call for ICE to be abolished. We need more law enforcement, not less.
That's right. And in the debate, when you addressed this, what did she say about this certain small fraction of employees that claim to support her?
I know. She said, well, there were 19 ICE agents that think that ICE needs to be reimagined. Well, what about the other 20,000? The whole idea here is that ICE is simply following the laws that were created. And my whole issue, and I brought this up, I said, what we really need is we need comprehensive immigration reform. But we're not getting that. And I said to Kirsten Gillibrand, you voted against it. I said the biggest problem we have is that people stay in there because they want another issue to run on the next time they run for re-election. That is why I'm in favor of term limits. 2 terms, 12 years. Kirsten Gillibrand has had her 12 years. It is time for her to go.
We're going to be watching you a couple weeks at the biggest upset in probably the nation.
Thank you, Chris. Can't wait. But everybody has to make sure they get out and they vote on November 6th.
Chele Farley for Senate in New York.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.